the last game I watched live, kept screaming at an outfielder about floaters, which makes me think he wasn't too clear on what a floater actually is. But the passion. You can't sell that on TV. This one's for you, Floatsy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Super Mega Baseball 4 Knights franchise. Alright, today's matchup is going to start with the Knights versus the Moonstars, or the Moonstars versus the Knights, more accurately. So, without further ado, here's the starting lineup. We're going to put Butt Parkerton a bit further up in the lineup. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to go so far as to put Butt Parkerton up to third in the lineup, or up to second in the lineup. He just had a masterful game yesterday when they played against the Wild Pigs. 3 straight home runs, going 5 for 5 and a walk. Let's get to it. Chess King will be on the mound. And let's go back to the castle to see if we can get a win streak going up to 3.
Welcome back to Castillo Arena. Golly, this is gonna be a good one. Now batting, the right fielder, number 10, Lecky Luster.
Starting off will be Lecky Luster for the Moonstars. Oh, hold on. Controls a little bit wonky, but we got Chess King on the mound, making his debut for the Knights. debut at all, to be honest. And a strikeout to start out for Jess King.
The first baseman, number 27, Rusty Bustum.
Rusty Bustum for the Moonstars. Ooh, that one going foul just barely. Jess King gonna try to finish him off with a two-seamer. Doesn't get the bite. See if he can get something with a slider down and low, and that'll go right foul into the opposite batter's box, and the at-bat will continue. Tony Rodriguez gets the line drive for the out, and Nance Tools will come up to the plate to try to make sure the Moonstars don't leave this inning without at least getting on base. She'll start off with a foul ball. Foul ball by Nance Tools. And swing and a miss for strike three, as no hits for the Moonstars as the Knights come up to bat. And hold on, we'll take a slight break as I go check something. Dang it. I forgot to start recording. Well, better to start now. Didn't miss a whole lot. Happy Feller still in that leadoff spot to start. And swinging at the first pitch for a pop fly over to Lackluster. Caught for the outs. But Puckerton coming up to the plate. Had a great day. Very late swing. Vern Turnberger on the mound for the Moonstars. This one looks like it's going to get stopped at the warning track. No! It hits the top of the wall for a home run! My gosh! Bud Puckerton with his fourth home run already in only his second game. Incredible! Jim Stanky now in the batter's box. Gonna take a strike one. An inside strike. Hits over to shortstop. Thrown over to first. Out number 2. Chad Powers settling in. And he'll take 2 balls to start the at-bat. Both outside. Oh, Rusty Bustum with a diving catch, stopping the line drive from meeting the outfield for out number 3. And still, Bud Puckerton with a home run to get the Knights the lead in the first, moving him up in the lineup, already paying dividends for the Knights. And to think, Bud Puckerton is considered to be a C-plus player. Ground ball over to shortstop. Leg strong throws over to Stanky for round number 1.
Number 57, Boo Lewis.
Boo Lewis. Believe it or not, Bud Puckerton was considered to be a cost-cutting move to be able to make room in case of needing a bit of an arrangement at replacing Juniper Thicket later in the season if it comes to it. A line drive to Tony Rodriguez for out number 2 as Clyde Oliver comes up to the plate for the Moonstars. Moonstars 0-2 so far. They have some of the best pitching in the league, but their bullpen and their offense leave much to be desired in some cases. Smoke Mulberry going to go get that pop fly in left field for out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the second.
Number 20, Tony Rodriguez.
And a low ball to start the at-bat for Tony. Tony will hit a ground ball to Nance Tools at short. Throws over to first. Rusty Bustum catches it for out number 1. Zoom leg strong now at the plate for the first time. A bit rough for him to be put down so low, but a first pitch pop fly kind of gets the point across as it's caught for out number 2. Slick Lil coming up to the plate. He'll take a strike 1. Start the at-bat. Strike 2 with a swing and a miss. Fouled off. And Slick Lil gets a good drive out of this one, but will be caught by Windy Wheels out in center field for out number 3.
Devour the all-new Hungry Hiker Energy Bar and Bear Repellent. Hungry Hiker. Now your breath can scare the bear. Now batter, the second baseman.
All right.
Number 25, Pepe Vinicio.
Pepe Vinicio takes a first pitch base hit right up the middle to get the Moonstars on base and end the perfect game possibility. Windy Wheels now on the mound, or now in the batter's box, as Chess King no longer has a perfect game in the works, but a ground ball to Tony Rodriguez will get a double play even with windy speed.
Number 33, Vern Turnburner.
And Vern Turnburner now in the batter's box. And my apologies. There was a hit earlier in the game which ended the potential for the perfect game for Chess King. So still no worry about it, obviously. But ground ball to Tony Rodriguez will ensure that at the very least no hits are scored, or no runs are scored as we head to the bottom of the third. Smoke Mulberry is going to start off the Knights in the third. Vern with a windup pitch, low ball 1. And throws outside for ball number 2. Outside again for ball number 3. And walks Mulberry on 4 straight pitches, unable to find the zone. Pitches often more on the side of the opposite side, batter's box than in the strike zone. Chess King coming into the batter's box for his first ever at bat. Not really expecting a whole lot, but you never know. Having a 1-2 count, no outs. Another outside pitch, causing it to be 2-2. And a swing and the miss by Chess King for out number 1. Happy Feller. First pitch, this one goes for a drive deep into center. That one's gone. 2-run homer for the Knights, and it's 3-0. Happy Feller with what I believe is his first home run of the season. Gets a good lead going. And now, Butt Puckerton on fire as he is still batting 1,000.
That's inside. Left down.
2 balls, no strikes.
That's a swing.
Oh, that one barely nicks the zone for strike 1. Gets another one nicking the zone, strike 2. And strikeout, but Puckerton, for the first time, does not get on base. Still, very impressive run by Bud Puckerton. You just hate having it end that way of all ways.
Ball inside.
3 balls to Jim Stanky. Jim Stanky will knock that one toward right field as he'll get on base for Chad Powers. 2 outs. Chad Powers hits this one deep into center. That's long gone. Another 2-run shot for the Knights as it's 5-0. With his first home run of the season. Welcome to the game, Chad Powers. Tony Rodriguez is going to do a first pitch pop-up into right. And Lackey Luster will catch it for out number 3, but Two two-run homers for the Knights make the score 5-0.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 10, Lackey Luster.
We'll take a small break to check the chat. And nobody in quite yet, so it's all right. Bitrate's not doing too hot, sadly. Let me see if I can ease that up a bit. Make it a little bit more tolerable. And apparently that stream quality just is not coming through right now. Very unfortunate. But we will continue on.
Nope, inside.
And Chess King will go get the ball, toss it over to Stanky, out number 1 on that ground ball that was right over to him. All right, a ground ball over to Legstrong. Legstrong picks it up, throws over to Stanky, out number 2.
Number 12, Nance Tools.
Nance Tools now at the plate. Supposed to be a star player for the Moonstars, but just unable to really get anything going here for them. Apparently she's had a very rough season so far, only batting triple ones. Stanky picks up a ground ball to make sure that goes down even further for out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Creative bookkeeping and pseudo-legal documents. Now batting, the shortstop, number 27, Zoom Legstrong.
Oh, Zoom Legstrong, one right over the plate. That was pretty juicy, but it was hit foul. And, Zoom Legstrong hooks this over to right, but that's going to be foul. And way high ball for ball 2. 2-2 the count.
Nope, inside.
Inside for ball 3. And a high ball for a walk. Zoom Legstrong will take his base.
Number 32,
Slick Lil, high ball 1 to start. Closer to his face than the strike zone. That one's closer, but it's still ball 2. Slick Little ground ball over to Nance Tools. That's 1, that's 2, double play. Smoke Mulberry coming up to bat. He lost a lot of weight during the offseason, realizing he needed to get a workout routine going if he wanted to stay competitive and be on the team. Walk his first time at bat. Maybe looking at one here too, but no. This is a hit into center. That'll get down for a base hit as Smoke Mulberry gets a single for Chess King coming up to the plate. Chess King takes that one for ball, strike 1, swings strike 2. High and inside for ball 1. And a swing and the miss for strike 3 as we head to the 5th. We like to welcome our viewers watching the Knights' 3rd game of the season against the Moonstars. 2 two-run homers make up the majority of the lead for the Knights, and a solo home run as well. Ground ball over to Puckerton, throw it over to Stanky for out number 1. Boo Lewis coming in for the Moonstars. Chess King holding the Moon Stars to only 1 hit so far, but that's going to change into 2 as 1 hit up into center will get Boo Lewis on
Now
base.
batting, the left fielder, number 13,
Clyde Oliver
Clyde
coming into the
Oliver.
batter's box. You really hate to have those announcer jinxes where they start talking about something great and then immediately things start unraveling as another back-to-back hit. My gosh, the second I bring up Chess King's good performance, he gives up 2 straight singles that just barely dribble on into the outfield. Pop up into the shallow outfield grass. Smoke Mulberry says he has it. Zoom leg strong, backs off, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 11, Wendy Wheels.
Windy Wheels, not that much of a hitter, but he's got decent enough contact that it should be a little bit worrisome for a runner on second. Runner on second doesn't really have that much speed, though, with Boo Lewis. This one's hit deep into left. Smoke Mulberry says he's got it, though, and that'll be out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Hope everything's all right volume-wise for you guys in the stream watching. Happy Feller to start off. Ball low for ball number 1. A ground ball up the third baseline. That'll be a base hit. Feller will think about a double, but no, as the ball gets thrown back in. But Puckerton will now be waiting in the box. He struck out last time, the first time he's ever not gone to hit. Or not gone on base, rather. But Puckerton gets a good hold of this one, but it'll go foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that ball will go into the dirt. Happy Feller takes second. And it's 2-2 the count. And this is going to be a ground ball over to Nance Tools. And Nance Tools is going to be able to throw out Happy Feller, who was trying to go over for third. I don't know what was going on there. But Puckerton will have his base, though. Jim Stanky up at the plate. That one's going to be a late swing, chopping it foul. And a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
That's inside.
Going to 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Jim Stanky will chop that one into left. And runners will be at first and second for Chad Powers, who hit a 2-run shot last time. Strike 1 to start the count. A high ball 1, making it 1-1, and strike 2 with a late swing. Too high for ball 2. 2-2 the count. 2-1, and swing and a miss by Chad Powers. That was a bad one to reach for.
Now pitching.
Tony Rodriguez 0 for 2. So far, gonna see if he tries to get anything done, but before any of that happens, Taylor McWales coming in for the Moonstars. As well as a substitution at second base, Pepe Vinicino will be subbed out for Testi Ostoroni. Not really his position, so it's gonna be a bit, well, it's a secondary position, so he's going to be able to field, but not that well on already not a great fielder. Moonstars really desperate for some offense, it seems, with that type of substitution. 1 ball, 1 strike. Make it 2 balls, 2 strikes on a 100-mile-an-hour pitch. Good Lord, the speed that McWales has here. Pretty insane, but a full count. Clutch pitch, runners going, and Tony's going to be walked.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 27, Zoom Legstrong.
Zoom Legstrong, bases loaded for him. If he wants a chance to move up in the lineup, this is it. Prove you got what it takes right here. But McWales has been known to put a plug into rallies. 1-2 count to Leg Strong. But this one's going to be hit up the middle. Leg Strong will get 1 run drove in. Stanky's going to think about going home, but go against it as he heads over to third. Or he goes back to third, leaving Slick Lil with bases loaded. Slick Lil, not the best hitter, it would seem. But he makes me eat my words as he gets a good hit that finds itself rolling all the way to the wall, getting a 3-run double, making the score 9-0. All right, I think it's time to turn up the ego. Gonna be at least getting it 5 points up. And Smoked Mulberry, ground ball to Testy Ostoroni. Fields it, throws it over. That'll be out number 3.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 17, Testy Ostoroni.
And Testy Ostoroni coming into bat now as the Moonstars desperately try to get some offense going in a game that is getting out of hand. And a ground ball to Butt Puckerton. Throws it over to first, and that'll be out number 1.
The right fielder, number 10, Lackey Luster.
Left down.
And another ground ball to Butt Puckerton. He throws it to first again. That'll be out number 2.
First baseman, number 27, Rusty Bustum.
Chess King really trying to get something going here as Smoke Mulberry catches a line drive going his way, and that'll be the end of the top of the 6th. Chess King will be back in the batter's box to start off the bottom of the 6th. He'll hit a pop fly deep into left, and he'll be caught for out number 1. Happy Feller settling in 2 for 3 today. 1-1 count. And this one's going to be hit pop fly into right. That'll be caught by Lackey Luster for out number 2.
Now pitching, Bert Bergerer.
And Bert Bergerer will be coming in saying goodbye to Taylor McWales, as he will face Butt Puckerton. Butt Puckerton hits this one deep into left, but it'll be caught before it gets to the warning track for out number 3. Top of the 7th for Nance Tools to start off for the Moonstars. Almost said Monstars. Monstars being the team from the hit 90s movie Space Jam, featuring Michael Jordan.
Number 22, Herbert Hackman.
Herbert Hackman coming into bat. And this pitch is going to get away from Chess Kingman, and it'll get right over the plate for a base hit.
Now batting,
And the Moonstars have somebody on.
Bo Lewis.
And this one again getting away from Chess Kingman, as now it is runners on first and second,
Now
1
batting,
out.
Clubber Buff.
And Clubber Buff is going to be coming in to pitch hit.
No, inside.
Oh, fair ball. There's only going to be the play at first. Not enough time to be able to tag and make the play at second.
Now
Bert
batting,
Berger is
Elijah
also going to
Doubleday.
be hit for by Elijah Gobelson. Runners at second and third. Moonstars threatening to score. Chess King, while he's given up a couple hits this inning, is still locked in, and he's going to strike him out for out number 3. Getting away with no damage And Deft Wedums is going to come into pitch.
$50 riding on this game. Come on, guys. Oh, is this thing on? Now
Yes, it is.
All
All right. Jim
Jim
Stanky will foul that pitch off.
Nope, that's hard.
Strike one, ball one, and this one's going to be a pop fly over to right. Lackey Luster will field it with ease. Chad Powers, 1 for 3 on the day. He'll hit this one into center and make it 2 for 4. Tony Rodriguez, late swing on that pitch. He's off that one for ball one.
That's a strike.
Ooh, strike 2 on that one. Probably should have swung at that one. Swung at the next one, though, that shouldn't have been swung at, and that'll be a strikeout. Zoom leg strong. Gonna hit a little dinker over to Testosterone, who doesn't field it well, and now the ball is out of play. And now runners at runners at third with one scoring in. Beg your pardon, 10-0 Knights. Or no, runners at second and nowhere else. My bad. I don't even know why I swung right there.
That's inside.
So Legstrong reaches first on a slowly grabbed ball that was struggled and is able to get on second due to a wild throw into the dugout.
Have fun avoiding eye contact on our new awkward cam. Slowly panning the crowd now.
Well,
Now batting.
that'll be a strikeout for Slick Little, but it'll be 10-0 in favor of the Knights thanks to 2 consecutive errors, misplays if you will, by Testosterone on the Moonstars. Chess Kingman throwing in a fastball for a strike there. And that curveball is going to end up right over the plate at the bottom of the zone for strike 2. Two-seam fastball that seemed to get away from Chess Kingman. Going to be fouled off. Another fouled off by Windy Wheels. And strike 3 as Chess King blows him away with a four-seam fastball. All right. Testosterone gonna see if he can try to redeem himself, but a ground ball to short says no as Legstrong picks it up and throws over the first for out number 2. Lackey Luster 0 for 3 on the day. Not a whole lot of success against Chess King.
No, no.
2 low balls will give Lackey Luster a 0-2 count as he fouls one off for the first strike of the count. And 2-2 the count. Two-seam fastball, and that'll be strikeout for out number 3. Bottom of the 8th. As we have a 10-0 score. All right. Smoked Mulberry coming to start up things with a 1-1 count. Oh, inside on the hands, fouled off for strike 2. A 2-2 count over to Mulberry. This one's going to be a full count. Mulberry waiting for it, grounds it to Rusty Bustum, and that'll be out number 1. And Chess King waiting for his pitch, as he is 0 for 3 on the day. Not really expected of him to do anything on the offensive side of the ball. Has more than made up for it with his performance on the mound today. Stellar stuff. Wouldn't be surprised if he got player of the game today for it. Happy Feller coming in.
Ball not outside.
And
That's down.
for his 5th time at the plate this game, is going to hit a bloop single into left center. Or right center, pardon. But Puckerton, 1 for 4 today. Definitely not as good as the day he had against the Wild Pigs. But he'll get a good chunk of this one, and that'll go all the way to the warning track. And Butt Puckerton will have an RBI double as the score goes up 11-0. Butt Puckerton, every time you seem to doubt him, he seems to pull through. Jim Stanky in the box, waiting for his pitch. But he's going to ground out to Testosterne for out number 3, and that'll be the end of the 8th, as the Knights are 3 outs away from a 3-game win streak.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Rusty
number
Bustum
27,
will start
Rusty
off.
Bustum.
That's inside.
Hasn't had a hit all day on Chess King. But he's gonna get one here. I swear, the announcer jinx is real. It has to be. It has to be with how many times it happens.
Nance Tools.
Right. And that'll be a foul ball by Nance Tools. But the next pitch will be hit up the middle, and Nance Tools is trying to pump some lifeblood into these Moon Stars as Herbert Hackman up at the plate,
Ball low.
ready to go. And that'll be 3 straight hits for the Moon Stars as they load the bases for Boo Lewis. 2 for 3, the most dangerous Moon Star
That's low.
for Chess King today. Although I would say Herbert Hackman and Nance Tools are more dangerous on their own, Boo Lewis has turned out to be the formidable foe for Chess King as he struggles to find the strike zone here, and he'll walk in a run very, very poorly done by Chess King, and that might be the cue to call it a day for him. But with a big enough lead, looks like management's going to see what they can do. And this is going to be a double play ball as the Moon Stars will score in another run, 2-11, as Gustav Gustavenson will be coming in to pitch hit. Trying to keep any embers of the game going alive, but Happy Feller will just catch the line drive to call it a game, and the Knights win this one with a final score of 11-2. And MVP goes to Happy Feller. Even though Chess King went all 9 innings, it was those 8 hits and just not able to leave the game spotless that'll put him down. And Butt Puckerton, even though he wasn't flawless like he was the last game, 2 for 3, a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Nothing to be ashamed of there. And with the stream having as low of a bit rate as it does, we might try a transfer over to Twitch to try to stream the next game. And at the very least, we're going to be recording it to be uploaded later onto YouTube. So, thank you for tuning in to the stream. I am so sorry about the quality. That was less than ideal. But, I hope to catch you for the next game of Knights Baseball over on Twitch in just a moment. Or 2. Most likely 3, but you get the point.